Okay, so quite a difference one single week makes. So we'll begin with the Bellas saying that they're finally fully retiring from in-ring competition. Probably. No, not definitely. Unless Brie doesn't get pregnant right away and they want to go after the tag titles. But beyond that, they're totally retired. Entirely retired. Not coming back. Fully done. Evolution was their last time. Maybe. Probably. You know, they're totally, fully committed to retiring and then doing their podcasts until the next season, Total Bellas comes around. Then they'll probably do something with the E. So let's go through what's going on with WrestleMania. Kurt is going his retirement tour. The match with Joe, I thought it worked decent. You can tell Kurt is very, 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 very far removed from where he used to be, which, given his lifestyle and how he's been up to the past 6 years, he tore his body apart, and now he is the repercussions of it. The bizarre kind of half roll up on Joe seemed weird. The very awkward suplex, non-assisted into a spike DDT, and the Germans, it's getting kind of rough to watch. This match with AJ Styles, you can tell AJ was like, okay, take a move and sell for me. And then Orton came in and ruined it. But, it puts heat on Orton. It allows AJ to not take a pinfall against Angle. Allows Angle to, save up as much as he can for Rey Mysterio on Monday, and then Baron Corbin. On Monday, Rey Mysterio, and then Baron Corbin in a couple weeks. It keeps things going for the Orton AJ Styles storyline. Which, I'll be honest, we've seen them wrestle a little bit, and they did a great job in not showing all their cards, which means their match at Mania should be amazing. The Riot Squad got absolutely just annihilated in a beat the clock challenge. But Becky won by defeating Liv Morgan. Okay? So next week they're having a 6-person tag match where if any member of the Ronda, Charlotte, Becky team turns on the other members, they're removed from the WrestleMania main event. Okay? Maybe if Charlotte were to leave the team high and dry, maybe she could defend her newly acquired SmackDown Championship. It was very bizarre to see a match between Asuka and Charlotte. Randomly. When most people thought this would have been your Mania match. And then when Charlotte won, that is her 8th title reign. She is halfway to tying her dad in roughly 4 years of main roster competition. It's been that long? Wow. So yeah, that means at this rate, by probably 2024, she could have 17 title reigns. At this rate, the only thing she has left to do, she hasn't been in a chamber match yet. She hasn't won Money in the Bank. They haven't brought back Queen of the Ring for her to have her win that. The tag belts are still really new. She hasn't won a Rumble. So there's 5 things left for her to do. Unless they unify the title, there should be 6. And then she'll have done every single thing. That also means then that the SmackDown Women's division is entirely full of goers. But, they've got to do something for the Women's Battle Royal, so it'll be SmackDown. Not including Becky Lynch, Charlotte, or the Iconics. The Iconics, they've got a match with the Divas of Destruction, Nia and Tamina, and the Boss and Hug Connection. So for everyone who was excited about maybe seeing the Sky Pirates, because they started taking all comers, sorry. It's always Survivor Series. Doesn't mean there's SummerSlam. IC Championship. Well, I think Finn Balor's going to take on Bobby Lashley again. That's defended. Samoa Joe is going to take on Rey Mysterio. I'm That'll be a solid match. I'm digging it. I like the fact that Ray's brought in his son Dominic. Remember Dominic from that really bad Eddie Ray storyline where like Dominic was the child that had to push over a ladder as they fought over paternity of him? Wrestling is weird sometimes. The Revival are defending their tag belts against... The Usos defend the tag belts against... probably the Hardys? Maybe the Hardys and New Day? Seth Rollins is still calling out Brock Lesnar. At this point, I'm almost thinking Seth would probably be best served to get like a boombox and just wait out in front of Brock Lesnar's farm, boombox over his head, begging for Brock to come out so they can have a title match. Heyman did a very good job of cowering in fear as Seth Rollins stalked him from the ring. An angle coming down for the "you suck" part, pointing at Heyman, was very good. But at this point, if Brock retains, he's going to have a match with probably Bobby Lashley. Bobby. At most super awesome WrestleMania, whatever they're going to call the Saudi event in May. And if Seth wins, cool. We'll hold on that title until he probably ends up feuding with whoever the winner of the Haas match of McIntyre and Roman Reigns. I think whoever wins that match should pretty much be the person who's ready to step into the main event. We know that Rollins and Reigns work well and put on solid matches. We also know that McIntyre and Rollins put on really good matches. So either way, that'll be solid for that title. On to the Raw side of things. Man, did they luck out with Mustafa Ali, with Ali's injury, and the crowd fully galvanizing behind Kofi Kingston. And then doing the gauntlet match where at the very last moment they screw Kofi out of it. They had him then defeat Daniel Bryan at the end of the gauntlet. Cool. The tag team gauntlet where the New Day had to work their way through multiple tag teams. It was good. 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 Seeing Biggie get put through a table by the bar and the Usos come down. How long ago? Hana picks the Usos laying down. Can maybe see him taking a count out. But then they're like, no man, we respect you guys. We've been at war with you. And that was pretty much the tag division most of 17 and 18 for SmackDown, which is why it was awesome. He'd be like, we forfeit. And give them some time to rest up. That final battle with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I'm glad they didn't pin him. I'm glad Big E was like, I think I could pin. Well, he's outside the ring. I'm gonna bury him in the table. It's a spot that works well enough for a last man standing. Do it for a count out. Like, I'm gonna get back in the ring. 8, 9, and the crowd's like 9, 10. The celebration where Kofi runs down to the ring and they're beaten, they're battered. All the faces come running down, beating the side of the canvas, getting excited. Byron Saxton marking up. You're like, screw it, I gotta get out there. But they didn't get in the ring. They let those 3 guys who have told a beautiful story, especially when they did the whole, for the past 5 years we've been doing this. I like that they show that Kofi's not an overnight success. He is 11 years of hard work and dedication. And, 5 years where he twerked and helped push pancakes and cereal. But still worked hard and was very entertaining. And that's what he did to get where he is. Good. So the path to the Miz. Miz, very easy to hate. But he comes in. He takes his lumps like a man. Doesn't complain about it. Shows up early. Leaves late. Great work ethic. He's got the fans to cheer him now. Great. You now have 2 heels who technically got over organically. All those 11 years. That means Roman You're getting there, buddy. In a couple of years, the crowd will actually fully love you. What is Cena doing for Wrestlemania? Lightning Fist. What's Taker doing? That's like, wow, I think Miz and Shane is going to be a worthwhile match. Now it's Falls Count Anywhere, so Shane's probably going, let me see the set layout. Dad, I want to jump off these 4 objects. Which of the 2 you're okay with? That thing, that thing, that thing, or that thing? Shit, that's a helicopter. I've fallen in a helicopter before and I was okay. I'm thinking I could probably do a shooting star off of that. Where's that one guy Ricochet at? And like, hey, how far would I need to travel to be able to do a double shooting star? 45 feet. I think I can survive a 45-foot drop, provided we do it over like a crash pad, so I don't make Miz squirt out like a bag of ketchup. Okay, Vince said no. Rick, what can I perform in 35 feet? Can I do your senton thing? I can't learn it fast enough. Okay. So I think that's going to be a very solid match. Shane, for not wrestling a lot, when it comes to these matches, he throws every single thing he has into the ring. Except for his punches. His punches still look really weird. His punches like someone who knows how to fight, who's trying to not hurt somebody. But yeah, with the women's battle royal and the men's with the guys from SNL in there. And Braun Trash in a car to sell toys. And it's part of, the 9-hour extravaganza that is WrestleMania. Awesome thing too, they are actually filming multiple days with Superstar Battle Royals and Worlds Collide again, where they're doing NXT and NXT alumnus, which seems really interesting. I like the way they're doing something. I love the idea of going, you know what? You're here for access? Yeah. We're going to film a bunch of stuff. But I'm not looking forward to. Apparently they're also going to do an NXT UK. I'm thinking with the WrestleMania crowd, there's enough people who will actually know the UK wrestlers and will actually care. Because when they did the couple hours that they did from NXT UK Phoenix, and they came out to pretty much silence, but at least towards the end of the next episode, people it's like, oh, okay, I kind of know this guy is a heel. They at least kind of did something. So that means beyond having TakeOver, which is always going to be awesome, I am still upset that they made all the commercials about the SummerSlam Survivor Series weekend in Chicago. Like, oh, everything's going to be on sale. Except for individual tickets for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT TakeOver. Those aren't going on sale until May. But this is going to be to buy Survivor Series at all 4. I just want to go to TakeOver and see War Games, man. I'm not... I got work on Monday. The nice thing, of course, being is that Monday is the Monday before Thanksgiving, so that ain't too bad. It's hard to say if I'm more excited about WrestleMania or less excited. I do think it's weird that both tag divisions seem like they're in a worse spot than they were last year. The women's division, while they are main eventing, one of the 3 titles feels important. The other one got sacrificed to make its way into the Raw title picture. And I know they mentioned that they want to have it where that way, when Becky then destroys Charlotte, or Becky destroys Ronda, hopefully it's Ronda, Becky then holds the Raw title over her head. Sasha and Bayley then slowly make their way through what would probably be a 450-foot walkway to hold up their tag titles. And then they'll probably be like, Come on, Charlotte. Come on into the ring. Have Charlotte hold up her title. They'll do the 4 fireworks. And all they had to do was pretty much bury the majority of the SmackDown division to make it all happen. And they easily could have just had it been, alright, here's going to be Becky, Ronda, yeah, you're the man of WrestleMania. Okay. Charlotte, Asuka, yeah. You're also a really important match. You will be part of the 4-part main event. Put them in a spot towards, middle of the card so you can really get the crowd hot and excited for it. Then Charlotte wins belt number 8 at WrestleMania, defeating Asuka for a second time on a big stage. And she's not shoehorned into something else, and then Charlotte, and then Asuka can then, the following week can then go, zombie Joshi killer. And just start wrecking fools left and right. But so now she's going to be in the Battle Royal. Unless the Battle Royal is just Asuka, no singing, no dancing, no arm waving. Just making her way down the ring, pulling off the mask, showing that she's got on, the zombie paint with the green eyes, blood smear. And then if she just wrecks everybody in 5 minutes. You're just destroying every single person on that roster. Winning the match. Doing a hip attack to the trophy and just walking back. I think that'd probably work. You gotta do something to truly rehab that character. Or, here's what you need to do. Becky, if you're going to take on Asuka, dye your hair blonde. Works for everyone else. Oh, and Triple H Batista now, H's career is on the line. I dig H. Still one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I like the way Batista's taking this, but this is going to be probably a 20-minute match, probably 25 minutes with intros and all that. And if it comes after a really high impact match, if they put this match either before or after Kofi taking the belt off of Bryan, I think it'll work. If they do it before, it's got enough where it can build towards the end, so the crowd has kind of subdued, and then they kind of get more into it towards the end, and then you can go into the super emotional release of Bryan and Kofi. Or if you do Bryan Kofi first, the crowd will be on this euphoric high. Then you can put in the kind of slower paced match to give the crowd time to go, oh, okay, let's get our wind back for the next, 3 hours of wrestling. It's kind of what Japan does. Japan does a match, they give the crowd some breathing room, next match begins. Most of their matches, they do the fast matches early, and then they do the longer matches, towards the middle and end of the card. So then you get those spots where the crowd's kind of wind. First 5 minutes will be the kind of feeling out period, while the crowd recovers. Minutes 6 through 10, we're gonna start building into it. Depending on wrestlers, that's either minutes, 10 through 20. All right, now we're at a full-blown match. We got the crowd into it. Between 20 and 25, finish your match off. Minutes 25 to 30. That's when you've got, the winner is celebrating, the loser is slowly walking his way to the back. They're using that time to get the crowd to be okay, the crowd's going to be excited, they're going to get with this. It's also give the crowd some time to kind of just get their wind back, get their energy back. Maybe the E will try to do something like this for WrestleMania. Hopefully, it'll keep the crowd alive for a moment.